So do you know anything about what exactly model schema means or schema design means? Because here also again you need to have one activity where you will be uploading, you will be creating your model schema and you will be uploading in the community portal. So for this also the file will be, we will be sharing file. I will ask Khushi to share you a reference file. Accordingly create and upload. But uh, what exactly it means in general language? What
So
how you want to?
probably the structure of the model.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. So how it is structured, like where the data flow is there from which module to which module, right? So
Hmm.
all together we can see that graphical representation or diagrammatic representation of the data flow between the models. That is
Hmm.
only the schema design. Okay.
Hmm.
So when why it is required? Actually, it requires whenever you will start any new project, right? New model.
Hmm.
At that, because you need to plan how you will be creating. So design should be there. Based on that only you can create and start building out, right? Otherwise, what
Hmm.
will happen? Something unnecessary will also get built, which will not be what I will say, which will not be relevant, which will not be required. That will also get built, right?
Hmm.
That's what can happen. That's why model schema is very much important. Now, uh, so here we will be seeing all these things like defining model schema, which already we discussed now. Now, benefits of creating a schema, compare and contrast schemas at the functional area level and the module level, discover the influence of user story on model schema, summarize the steps and components in the schema building process. We will see all these things. No, so now we will again see once again what is the schema, right? So flexible roadmap of your model build, out framework of your version of the product to convey your vision to customers and project team members. A reference to ensure the Anaplan build is on track, right? So all these things will be covered if you will be creating a model. It will give you a flexible roadmap how your build is going to be, when and what modules you will be building in model, right?
Hmm.
Otherwise, how you will approach when what you will build. So model schema will help you, like when you are going to build what module, what dimension you will be using. Then tool to convey, it will help you your progress. You can track your progress, how much you completed, how much is remaining, right?
Hmm.
So that's what you will be able to do with the help of this model schema.
Okay.
Uh, Now, what are the benefits of designing a schema? So, understand the customer's problem, identify incorrect assumption, allow for correction before building begins, provide a big picture overview of the build. So, suppose you have build model schema, right? You have shown the flow of data from one module to another module, and the from data hub to spoke module, what flowing. So that model schema you can share with your client also, right? Right? You can show them the high level, like this will be the overall structure of your model. Then, if you have assumed something wrong because you don't know the exact business process, right? You are technical, but not the business process expert. Something you assumed wrongly, then the business can point it out to you, like should not be in this way, but it should be in this way. So there will be a there will be a possibility of correction before the build happens, right? Otherwise, what will happen? You have built, then that effort will be like a wastage of effort, right? So
Hmm.
before you will correct in the schema, then your build will be correct. So that is the benefit of having a model schema design. Okay.
Hmm.
So any question anywhere, just you can interrupt me and ask. Okay. Feel free
Okay.
to ask whenever you feel to get any
Okay.
doubt. Okay.
Hmm.
Now the question might come in your mind, like what can a schema contains? Like in model schema, what and all things could be there, right?
Hmm.
What including in model schema? So model schema can be of a very much multiple different types. Like you can have very much detailed schema, or you can have the very much high level schema. So high level schema will be having very few details, but your detailed schema will be having very much detailed view. Like you will be having all the list level details also. Okay.
Hmm.
So you will see an overview of how data enters the model input and exits the model outputs, the flow of data through the model, connection point within a model, formula links, data input and output, time, version, new UX pages, list, dashboard, and line item. So all these things will be there in the model schema that they wanted to share you, right? Because
Hmm.
if these are all part of your Anaplan build, so everything there in the model schema. So it's not very much necessary. You should have everything, but at least you should be having the minimum thing, right?
The basic things.
Basic things at least you should be there. At least module level details should be there. If you are not going to the dashboard, UX and version list level, then at least the module level or functional level details should be there, like how your data is.
Hmm.
Now, schema level, functional area level. Now, if you will see here, they are saying functional area level. So like this high level model schema. So you can see here, like from data hub model, goal setting functional area, your PY16 cells
Sir,
assumption.
can you please repeat about the things you said in functional area level?
Yeah, yeah. So this particular schema, whatever you are seeing currently in the screen, right? This
Hmm.
is very high level schema where you will be. It is at the functional area level. Like quota setting is one function, goal setting is one function, PY16 cells is one function. So here, if you will see the data is coming from the master data hub to all this set of modules. Okay,
Hmm.
then they are flowing with each other as required. Like PY16 cells is going in quota setting, goal setting is also going in quota setting. Then PY16 cells is coming quota setting. Assumption is going in quota setting. So all this way data will be flowing. Okay. So
Hmm.
what they are saying, we recommend building down to at least the functional area level. So they are saying at least you should build at very high level. Okay.
Hmm.
This provides a good feel for how the application is going to work as well as data flow, general, general organizational area, possible module name and function. So doing this will help you to understand the data flow at the at least functional level, right?
Hmm.
And what should be the module naming can be done that you will be able to understand at this high level model schema. Occasionally, details at the module level are required to fully understand the purpose and function of the entire model. Now, they are saying module level details are required if you want to fully understand the purpose and function of the entire model by you are
Hmm.
developing that model, right? So, for reaching to that level, you should be having the model level schema.
Sir, so is this model schema similar to the model map we have in the Anaplan
Very
community?
exactly, very much similar. Even actually in model map, when you will get once you created all the model, your model is ready, right? Then
Hmm.
only you will be able to see that model map. And model
Hmm.
map is very will give you the same details whatever you are creating in the model schema. But your model schema you are building before making the
Before the making of the model.
exactly. So you will not be having model map till the time you have built the model, right?
Hmm.
So, although structure and information wise both the things are same, but in model you will get that detail only when you have already created the model.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So schema level, model level. Okay. Now you can see this schema is at the module level. Previous one was the functional level. Now this is at the module level. So you can see like how much detail they are having. They are having all the module name as well as they are showing some details like this is the O means output module, I means input module, and similarly where time dimension is required, they have created a time picture. Any
Sir,
list,
so this module level is a different kind of schema level, or it is just the detailed version of the previous one I just saw?
detail version of the previous one. So
Okay.
functional was just a group of module in a single box, but
Yes.
now this is detailed where they splitted all the detailed module. So that was the high level, and this was little bit detailed level from that high
Like
level.
the previous blocks are now now in detailed form.
Exactly, you are correct. That's what is happening here. Okay. So you need to understand how to read at least. So if you will see, I means input, O means output, D means
Means data.
data, I think. Similarly, all these are list level details. Then this is time, this is version. So you should be
So
able to.
so this is just this is the whole model, or this is just one of the blocks?
This is just one of the whole model you can say, because if you will see quota and cost, right? So
Hmm.
here all the quota setting is happening. So all the detail related to quota setting.
Okay, just the it's just a part of the whole model.
If suppose territory and quota planning is one of the models, so it is a part of one model.
Okay.
Quota part only. Okay.
Hmm.
So yeah, so this symbol represent to dashboard. So all these things we should understand like what exactly this is representing. Okay.
Hmm.
So fine. Now, so just they have some question like if you will see, where do we get this information? So statement of work, these are all business terms, or you can say a project related terms, which project manager used to deal with, and project manager for which project manager to be responsible. Like as statement of work means SOW. Whenever any project used to get started in any service based company, right? They used
Hmm.
to sign SOW. Client will sign statement of work. There, all the definition, project related scope and objectives will be written, like what you are going to do in that project for which they will be paying, right? That will be mentioned in your statement of work. Okay.
Hmm.
So similarly, all these things are like IT ecosystem, project manifesto, current business process, future user process, business logic, distributed model, user story, asking the customer. All these steps you will go through whenever any project is going on. Mainly high level stakeholder will go through like managers, delivery managers. Okay.
Hmm.
And build team will start from where like the model schema is ready. So where do I start when building a schema? Now your question, you might be having question. Suppose you need
Hmm.
to build a model schema, right? So where you will start? How you will create a model schema, right? So there could be a two approach, like whether you will identify all the list dimension, then module, and then UX pages, or you can start with the UX pages, then
So can
module.
you please repeat it?
Yeah. So whenever you are starting to create a model schema, right? So
Hmm.
model schema, how you will create? Any idea from your side? Any thought? How you, if you need to create a model schema, how you are going to create that?
Probably I will start from the first step, like data collection.
Okay.
Uh, so I'm not sure, but
Yeah, no problem. Whatever thought is coming in your mind, just try to uh, come across. So I can help you out to understand better. So
so
like if you.
first, like the data collection, then where the data will be put, like how they will be distributed.
Uh-huh. Okay. So here my question will be like first you will try to identify what list module is required, or you will try to identify what UX page they will be using, end user.
Right. Oh.
Just think what you will do. You will either you will go for the UX or you will go for the list and module.
The UX, right?
UX, right? Why?
Yes, ma'am.
If I will ask why you will go for the UX?
So because while doing the level 1 and 2, there it said that we should start from the UX, uh, so we can go as the perspective of the end users. So we can like delete all the unnecessary things and only focus on the things we need.
Exactly, perfect. That's what the right answer. So if you will go to the from UX side, right, you will not be building anything unnecessarily, because you know already what end product or end result you need to produce, and to produce that end result, you can track it backside, right?
Hmm.
To get that end users experience page, UX page, you can identify what output modules you require, right? And for
mm,
that output modules, what calculation module you require, and for that calculation module, what all input module you require, and for all those module, what list time version list is required, right? So you can see here, like you can go back from the UX page to output, then calculation, then input, and then all the list, right?
mm.
So this will help you to eliminate all unnecessarily build, right? If you will
Yes.
go from back side, you don't know what is required. You might be creating something unnecessary. Okay. So
Sir,
that's
can
the
you please repeat? Your voice is disconnecting.
yeah. So what I'm saying, if you will go from this way, right, from your list side, you might be
Mm.
creating something unnecessarily.
Yes.
But if you are going from the UX page, everything is going to be whatever only required, right? So
Mm.
that should be the approach, like from UX page to the your central library or list side.
Mm.
Okay, so like it's from front to back, I can say. Okay,
Mm.
so now determine what the end result of the application needs to be. This is your target. Identify where the process starts end to end process. Right? That's what I explained currently. So what
Mm.
should be the end product or end user experience, that first you need to identify, right?
Mm.
Now to decide that what exactly they will be doing, these are the questions you can ask either end user or from yourself. You need to try to get the answers for these questions. Okay, in order to understand properly
Mm.
what the end user UX page will look like. Okay? So, like first question is, how are the end user going to use Anaplan? What outputs are needed for each dashboard? How are the outputs provided? What will be the dashboard looks like? Is an output file generated? If so, is it sent to another system? Access this for each process or work stream and each user role. So ultimately, what they are trying to do, they are trying to get gather the as much as detail as they can, right, related to that UX page.
Mm.
Did you understood?
Yes.
Now, if you understood about the UX page, right? So, like in first slide we discussed, after UX page, we will be coming to the next step, that is your output, input, and calculation module, right?
Mm.
So, once you are clear with the UX page, now you can identify what outputs are required, right? So,
Mm.
these will cover your all output module. Then determine input required to produce output. Then your all input module will come. Then identify engines needed to manipulate that data. Because to get from input to output, you need some calculation, right?
Mm.
That will come in between engine or calculation module.
Mm.
User stories, company's business rule. These things you need to keep in your mind to in order to make the calculation. Okay.
Mm.
Now, uh, what exactly central library means? Central library means nothing but your time dimension, version, and list. So identify the data and metadata that will be used within the model. Now, if you need to create a module, you need to have a list, right? Whatever list you require to create that module.
Mm.
Then you need to identify what exactly which all the lists are required for you, like time, calendar type, FI start, version, actual forecast sandbox list, uh, then products reps. So where data is coming from and how it is getting into Anaplan. Now that's integration part comes, like what is the source system, how it is coming to Anaplan. Then master data hub, manual import by users or third party system. What hierarchies currently exist in the data? What hierarchies need to be created within model? So all these things you need to understand before, because these all are part of your list entirely, right? So these things you need to identify in the third step to build your model central library, right?
Mm.
Any question on this or all
So
good?
I actually can't hear you properly.
How it is happening? Just a second. Let me change my headphone. Might be better. Like, is it breaking in between or how it is?
Yes, sir, it's like breaking.
Hello. Now, how is it?
Now it's currently okay.
Okay. So, where we were, okay. Now it is fine, right?
Yeah, right now it's fine.
Okay. So, what I was saying, like, you need to identify your central library. Okay. Then, what all the things you will identify in your central library is your all time dimension, version, list, right?
Hmm.
And then what is the master data hub from where data is coming? What are all the integration system, like from where data is coming and how it is coming? So all these things you need to identify in the schema design for the third step, right?
Hmm.
In the central library identification. Okay. Now, what are all about engine, how your engine works, right?
Hmm.
So most data will be manipulated through the engine's calculation module to produce the desired result for your user experience. Work background to determine the modules needed that we already discussed. Like we need to work background or backward to identify all the modules needed. Consider the formulas, calculation, and flow of the data link the modules together. Document the modules needed and create a model schema. So what they're trying to say, you have already your input, right? Input means your raw data or the user input. Two things can be there, right?
Hmm.
Either it is coming from or user is doing some input. Now, to get the desired output result, you need to do all the required calculation with that data, right?
Hmm.
Suppose you are getting your sell value, you are getting the sell, you are getting the cost price, you need to calculate the profit. Then you need to create that calculation, right?
Hmm.
That's what will be happening your in your calculation part. So that part will be called as your engine altogether, input, calculation, and output. Okay.
So where all the like calculations are happening by using the formulas and all is called the engine portion.
Exactly. Engine will also consist of your input as well as output also.
Okay, so
Like
the whole thing is like the whole calculation process, including the input output, uh
engine.
is saying as engine.
That, yeah, yeah. That used to be done in the engine only. So this is your one of the high level model schema. If you can see here, how if you will see they are seeing the key. Similarly, you need to also create whatever you will be submitting. So key they are representing in this color. They are saying this is your data module. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
this is in. This is system, this is calculation, this is output, and this is CSV. So here they are saying these are two CSV file.
Hmm.
Price book details, forecast volume is coming. Here it is coming in the data module. Here it is coming in the input module, and then both are getting sales price and COGS price. So both of these are flowing into your margin calculation.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So this will be used and your margin calculation happen, and from here they it can flow in any output module or wherever required.
Sir, so here
Okay.
the latest book price and the green blocks are you are being used as data hub.
They are, here, this representation, it is a file-based load.
Okay.
You will see there CSV. CSV is a file-based load. You are under getting.
Sir, can you please repeat?
I am saying this is a file-based load.
Yes.
Like any CSV, Excel file,
Mm-hmm.
CSV file.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the file-based load, like manual load, not from data.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
fine. Now, if you will see here, schema design. Now, if you will see here, usability, sustainability, performance. These are three key metrics, right? So what they are saying, don't let exceptions overcomplicate the model. So if you will see in any business process, generally there used to be some complexity, or there used to be some exception which doesn't follow the actual business process. They used to have Everyone used to have some exceptions, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
they are saying, just to consider that exception in your Anaplan model build, don't overcomplicate the model to handle the exception. Means if that exception is not that much required of meant of client, and that is not that much needed, and it can be handled offline also, so keep it offline. Don't make your Anaplan model too complex just to handle the exception.
Okay.
That's what they are saying. Because if you overcomplicate your model just to handle exception, your performance can be impacted, your usability of model can be impacted, and as well your sustainability can be impacted. All these key factors might get impacted if you are overcomplicating it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so fine. Now, what they are saying, how to identify whether you should be building that uh, exception or not, right? So how you will see? So this they have created one balance. Like if you will see, to just have that exception in your model build, how much resource cost is needed, what is the time needed, impact on the model schedule. Suppose you get some exception, then how much it is going to impact the delivery of the model which you are building if you are considering that exception, right? Impact on model performance, you need to check whether it is impacting drastically in your performance of the model if you are creating that exception in the model. Impact on the model size, whether model size is drastically increasing if you are if you are creating that exception in a plan. How important are the end users? Is that very much important for your users to create that exception? Can they do this today? Does it move them closer to their business goals? So what they're saying, is it possible for them to, if they are able to do now offline, they can do for now also offline, right? Why to create in the Anaplan if that is not benefiting the Anaplan model, or it is making complexity in the Anaplan model, and it is impacting its performance sustainability, then why to create that, right? That's what you need to check, balance whether it is very much required for them, or even it can be handled offline. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
after this identification only you need to decide whether you are going to create or you are not going to create. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now now this is your, if you will see, adding a new user history. Suppose actually how this process used to go on, right? In Anaplan model building process, it is used to be following the agile process. Agile process. Agile process means nothing but a sprint planning used to be there. Like the build will go sprint by sprint. So if you will see, first sprint only the first priority will go, and then in second sprint second priority, then sprint third priority, and all. Suppose any user story is coming along, right? Whenever you are building, that will go in the master bucket, and from that master bucket it will be getting picked up in different sprint. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is the like flow of management, like build process tracking the uh, process of model building. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, this was all about the model schema. If you will see from here, we will be starting our starter model, and we will be learning what exactly is available in the starter model and what we need to build. Okay. So, let me go back. So once you will go to the model schema videos and all right, you will be able to reach till here. After that, what we need to do, we need to actually download our level 3 starter model in the workspace, whatever workspace you will be having for your college, right? There
Hmm.
you will be like how you downloaded level 1, similar way you will be downloading level 3. So what I can do, let's discuss little bit what will be already there, because it will not be a complete scratch model. Like there will be something already available in your model, okay,
Hmm.
and then we need to build something uh, based on the user story in that model, okay. So we will first understand what is already available in the model, okay. So just I am explaining you what is already available. So if you will see this picture is from the model only, like level 3 model. Okay.
Hmm.
So see here in the model, this is the time setting option. You have might have been already seen in your level 1 and level 2 model. Okay. So time setting model, if you will see the calendar type, what they are using is a month, quarters, and years, right?
Hmm.
So this is calendar type which they are using in their model. Then fiscal year start month. Fiscal year start month, from which month they will be defining their financial planning or finance from where. Like in India, generally it used to be from April to March, right? Each year, our financial year used to be from April to March. But here in this particular level 3 starter model, they are starting here with January. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, current fiscal year. Current fiscal year means current year which they are following. So it is FY20. So FY20 they have because this you can think that you are in FY20 because they have created their model, this practice model on in 2020. So that's why all these dates are like looking like that. Okay. So their current fiscal year is FY20. 1st January 2022, 31st December 2020. Okay.
Okay.
Then number of past year, they don't want to take any past year, that is zero. Number of future year, they don't want any future year, so that is zero. Now current period is what exactly? So January 20. Okay. And what they want to include in the summarization, time summarization, quarter total, half yearly totals, year to date summary, year to date summary, total of all periods. So they want only the quarter total. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, what time ranges they are already having? So the sales planning model includes two time ranges. They have already created and included two time ranges. One is FY19 to FY20. For FY19, 1 January 2029 to number of periods they have kept two. FY19, FY19 1 January 2020 number of period one. So if you will see right, why this required, just if you will think why this time period is required of 19, if they are in FY20, why 19 is required. If you remember, we were discussing about using the previous year data, right, actual data, to set our sales target. If you remember, in earlier discussion we discussed like we need to have the historical data.
Hmm.
FY19 and FY19-20 is required in a time range, because that is not there in your calendar time setting, right?
Yes.
So if you will see here, they have also written FY19 time range will be used importing the previous year's actual sales revenue data into the model from the POS source system. The FY19 FY20 time range includes FY19 into 2020 and will be referenced by the system module used for model time setting. Okay. So this your FY19-20 time range will include 1920 will be represented as system module used for time setting. So it will be used in the model time setting module. Now version. So version, if you will see, they are using one only actual version. What they are saying, sales planning model only includes an actual version. For this project, the global sales organization did not indicate the use of multiple scenario for planning. Some model builders will choose to include actual and forecast version in their model by default. This allows for you to build your actual data alongside your forecast data. So what they are saying here, they are using only one version, but in some of the scenario we used to have two versions, like actual and forecast, so that they will be having their actual data as well as the forecast data. Okay.
Hmm.
Any question?
No, not sure.
Okay. Okay. So now, what are all the list already available in the level 3 starter model which you will be downloading? That's what they are explaining in this slide. Okay. So if you will see account hierarchy and lists, there are two lists in the account hierarchy. A1 account is the highest level in the hierarchy and is a list of the unicorn candy company's customer account. A2 account product list is a child list, uses A1 account as the parent list. The A2 list is also combination list, mapping data from the P2 product list with the A1 account list. The combination list will be used to aggregate the previous year actual sales revenue data that includes the quarterly sales revenue from individual product sales for each account. So you understood what exactly they are saying. Here if you will see A1 account list. What is A1 account list? A1 account list will be your complete list of all the accounts, right? All the customer accounts for the company. So Unicorn Candy Company having multiple customers, right? So
Hmm.
all those customers will be under one account list. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, what is the second list? A2 account to product list.
It's a
This
combination.
list combination, right? But what combination? Suppose your Unicorn Candy Company is selling four product, right? A toffee, fudge, chocolate, bread, whatever. Suppose there are four products,
Hmm.
product one, two, three, four, they are selling, right? But your account, each account will not be sold for all these four product, right? For account, there are 50 account, then account one will be only sold product one and two. Account two will be sold only one product one and four. Account through three will be sold one, two, three, four, all the products, right? That can
Hmm.
be a scenario. Everyone will not be purchasing all the product, right?
Hmm.
So this 80 account product list will give you a hierarchical list or combination list where you will be able to see like which account is getting sold what all the products. So in under each account you will be able to see the hierarchy of all the product which they used to get sold. You understood this? This you need to understand properly because
So,
this you will be
A1 account is like a flat list, and the A2 is like a tree or hierarchy. Is it?
exactly
Okay.
correct. But in A2 account, under each account, there will be the required product only, which will be sold to that account. It
Hmm.
might be two, three, four, or all, or only one, right? So
Hmm.
same product will be repeated all the accounts if it is getting sold to those accounts, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So what they are saying, A2 list is also combination list mapping data from the P2 product list with the A1 account list. Okay. So you understood, right? This part.
Hmm.
Now, now if you will see in the FP&A model, you may remember the three level geography. So in your level one model, if you remember, this three level geography hierarchy was already there: G1 region, G2 country, G3
Hmm.
location, right?
Hmm.
The sales planning model includes a G1 region, G2 country list, but location are not necessary dimension in the sales planning process. So here also we will be having region and country list. Location is not there because we don't need that in the planning process. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, if you will see here, it is one of the similar list is there: G1 region, G2 country, then G3T territory. G3T territory is similar to the if you will see G3T territory parent each country. So under each country, which are all territory falls, right? That's what is G3T territory. These are all hierarchy. G1 region, under G1 region, G2 country, G2 country, under G2 country, G3 territory. And
Hmm.
then G3 territory, if you will see here, G2 country is also the parent for G3 as sales rep.
Hmm.
Means those sales rep
The
belong.
sales representative.
Exactly. And then G40 territory account. Again, here they have created a similar list which we discussed in the previous slide. So here, your territory to account mapping, right? In each territory, which all accounts fall. That will be here,
Hmm.
right? Under which territory, which accounts are fall. That's what will come in this G40 territory account list. And the parent is going to be G3T territory. G3T territory. Okay.
Hmm.
So, any question?
No.
Okay. Now, now the product part comes in picture. So if you will see here, we have P1 product family and P2 product. So if you will see, P1 product family is the highest level of the hierarchy and lists the four product families. So Unicorn Candy Company have only four products which they use to manufacture and sell. Okay, that is
Hmm.
chocolate, sour, toffee, and fudge. All
Hmm.
these four chocolate they use to produce and sell. And then under this chocolate, there will be this family. There will be lot many products that will come under P2 product. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Suppose under chocolate, there can be different 100 types of chocolate could be there, right?
Hmm.
So that will come under chocolate. Under sour, multiple things can be there, toffee and fudge. So everything similar to that. That these will be your parent, and under that child, multiple child will come based
Hmm.
on what product it used based on that product family. So that list will also be there in your level 3 starter model. Okay.
Hmm.
So, uh, any question till now?
No.
Okay. Uh, okay, we have something related to time setting. Let's go through a little bit. So till here we have received the introduction. What exactly we will be already having in our level 3 model in terms of lists. Okay.
Hmm.
So that what will happen when we will start building it out, we will be able to familiar like what is already available. We will not be building that once again, right? Because once we will be going through the user story, we will come to know what to build, right? And when we will be coming to know what need to be built, we should be knowing like what is already available, right?
Hmm.
That's what this information was required. Now, time setting system modules. What they are saying, automate and leverage calculation with a time component using techniques such as time filters, time as numbers in formulas. Anaplan function is specific to time. There's a number in mathematical operation. If then formula logic driven by Boolean based on time. Time lookup reference values collected in a dedicated system module. Use time system module to keep time-based filters and calculation organized and accessible. So what they are saying, regarding time setting, they are saying you should be having a dedicated system module for the time in any project, in any model, whatever you are creating. Okay, because you need not to keep on writing the formula to play with the time. Rather, you should be having one single module. There you will be defining all the required formula and function to identify all the lookup for converting that time to the number or text, whatever. So they are saying you have a time setting module, calculate it once only in that system module, and use it whenever you are required to use it in any of the module rather than creating every time in each of the module. For example, just I will tell you. Suppose in you are in January, right? January 2020, suppose, and you want to look for the data of January 2019 in any module, right? So there will be multiple module where you need to look the data in January 20 from January 2019, right? So each time you will be writing the formula and will be looking up for the previous year, something like that, right? But if you have a system module, there you have already identified what is the previous year, previous month of the year in 2019 from 2020 January, then you can utilize that in all the modules and you can extract the required data. you are getting like logically what we are trying to do, creating a system module, like just defining one time and using it multiple times rather than doing the same calculation in every time in all the modules. Okay, so that's the use of time setting system module. It is already there in level 3 model build, so we will be creating some formula, we will be able to see that, so that will make more sense once you will see that in front of you. Okay,
Hmm.
already it is there in your level 3 starter model, so you will be able to understand more what is the use of that. So just I was explaining you with one example what. Okay,
Hmm.
now if you will see here, time as a number, time based function that return a number and answer, days in month. So there are lot many functions related to time if you will see in Anapedia, right? So
Hmm.
if you see days in a month, this is a function, this is an Anaplan function, days in a month. What it will give you? It will give you a number of days in a month. Suppose how many days used to be there in January, how many days used to be in February. If you will use this function, it will return you like this will be 31 days, 30 days, or 28 days, whatever will be there based on that month, right? It will
Hmm.
give you that. Now, add or subtract dates or periods to return a new date or period. So, suppose if you want, you are in January, you want to go next 2 months, you can add that 2 month as a number and it will return you to the March, right? Similarly, quarter. If you are in quarter one, if you go to for the quarter three, just you can add +2. You can reach to quarter three. Similarly, for date, year, everything you can use as a number. Okay. And what is
Hmm.
offset? Offset is also one of the function. So if you will offset function, if you will use offset function, right,
Hmm.
then it will offset with that particular number of period. Suppose you are in March. If you want to offset the value from January, you can use two offset. You can see the syntax in your Anapedia. You will use the two as your syntax value to offset the month. It will return you 2 months before minus. And if you will use +2, it will offset you to the next 2 months, like from March to April, May. It will offset you to May. Understood?
Hmm.
Okay. Uh, Now, if you will see, this is one activity they have given. Using the monthly time setting module and the difference module, match the formula on the right to the left side. So let's do this. So days in month, right? Which function will tell you days in month? Uh, just try to guess it. You don't know the formula, that's fine, but just try to guess it what it can be there. It's very much like you can just guess it. You might be able to get that. So days in month, right? Which will give you days in month.
So I think the third one. I'm not sure. I am not good with the formulas.
Yeah, it will be third only, I think. Then days between dates. Days between dates. Which one can
I
give us?
I think the first one.
Yes. Then new month. New month. New month, I think it should give this
The
one.
last one. Yes.
Month plus month. Then previous year month, previous year format month,
The
previous.
second one.
I think so. Yes, time then -12. It will give you us the previous. Then same month, prior year date. Same month, prior year date. Same month, prior year date. Add years. I think this one.
Hmm.
First period of time scale.
Is is the only offset one is left. So
Uh, Let's see what they're saying.
um,
Looks like we are taking correct only, right?
The first, second one is correct. The last is also correct.
Yeah, new month also is correct, I think. Previous year we had taken
Yes.
it correct. So
Yeah.
everything is correct, like it will go. So fine. So now what is this? Time lookup reference values. Okay, yes, we can take it later. So version. Okay. So we cover this and then uh, we will start building model. Most probably from the next session is